DPP of Jamaica. So,
This is Becoming the Optimal You, inspiring growth for the mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Becoming the Optimal You, where we focus on growth of the mind, the body, and the spirit. I am your host, Minister Renae, your life coach, author, and minister of religion. Now, today, we're going to be having a grand conversation. And as you know, we have real conversations, testimonies, and inspiring stories to help you to become your best self for the glory of God. We're going to be having some great conversations, and one of which is up next. So, guys, I'm going to just invite up my guest at this time, and my guest is going to tell you they're going to tell you about themselves. You'll hear the questions and you'll get the answers you need. Let's get into it. Good day to you, my guest.
hello.
Hi.
Good
So,
day.
I wanted to tell us your name, which church you go to, if you're single, if you're married, if you have any children, and the profession that you're in. Please feel free to go right ahead.
Thank you for having me. So, my name is Angelisa Hamilton. I attend Faith Assembly of God in Portmore, St. Catherine. I'm not married, and neither do I have any children. So, yeah.
What's your profession?
Oh, my profession. So I am an attorney at law slash I am a data privacy practitioner.
Interesting. And we're talking about heroes today, and we're focusing. We're having a mixed conversation. So while we're talking about the person's profession, we also want to know what inspired them. So let's jump into the questions now. Let me ask you the first question. What inspired you to choose the career path that you chose?
Well, inspiration would have honestly come from just being a young girl and being fascinated with the idea of law. I would have seen on TV, lawyers, how they would be in court and defending persons. So that is where I would have gotten the fascination from. Also defending persons who would not be able to defend themselves. So that is really where it would have started from. And at one point, I recall wanting to be the next DPP of Jamaica. So, yeah.
Wanting to be? So you don't want to be the next DPP
No,
again?
no, not right now. I would have gone through that process. I actually did an internship there. It was lovely. But, life has changed me a bit. So, yeah.
You've evolved.
I've evolved.
Let me ask you, since you've been in this profession, which is how long now since you've been in this profession, by the way?
This is what, 2025. So roughly at the end of this year is gonna make 3 years. So I would have been called to the bar in 2022 and now is 2025. So about 3 years, give or take.
3 years, no. And to this point, what has been the most rewarding part of this profession?
So it is not so. I'm an attorney a lot, but I'm also, as I would have said, a data protection practitioner.
What is a data? Because before you even tell me, what is that?
So what exactly it is, so I work in the data privacy field. So what that does is to focus in on the privacy of, so informational privacy, so persons' names, email addresses, contact numbers, or other details that we would not want other persons to have access to. So we have a law in place that protects persons' personal data. So I work with companies, ensuring that they actually put those laws into place. So you know how it is that we have hacking. We have a lot of hacking going on now, and we want to ensure that persons are doing what they need to do to ensure that her personal data is safe. So that is what I'm really doing right now.
Okay, and you find that rewarding in what sense, or is it rewarding?
The reward part for me is that I get to maintain a decent work-life balance. So that is not general across the profession, but because I'm kind of in a niche area, so I'm able to do that. But also I'm able to help persons and companies just to understand this new law and help to put it
Okay.
into place. Yeah.
Okay. You're a young girl, nice looking girl, and all these things, you know? Nice
Thanks.
looking young girl and so. But I want to know, because I'm sure that going into this field must not have been a walk in the park the entire way. But what has been your biggest challenge since you've been in this field, and how do you overcome them?
Okay. So coming into this field, some of the biggest challenges would have been, especially because I'm a female, but also when it is that you're so young sometimes, when it is that you are working with others who are older than you, then
Mm.
sometimes they might not really listen to you, or they might not take that, okay, what you're saying is so serious. So that is one of the challenges that I would have faced. Work, because even now where I work, I am the youngest person. And in most spaces that I go into, I am. But, I'm getting older. But yeah, staying organized. Because juggling
Mm.
various client organizations, that is one of the biggest challenges. Staying organized, ensuring that I go through, taking it one day at a time. That's how I overcome some of these challenges. And being confident as well. When it is that you sound confident, people believe in what it is that you're saying. So be confident.
Right, because if you're shaky, they might think you don't even know what you're saying, right?
Yes, your voice can be shaky.
And you already have the demeanor of, firm
Yeah,
and confident. hmm
try
But
to.
you enjoy what you do to the most part, right?
For the most
And
part, yes.
but yeah, and then I'm sure this is not the final stop for you. But how do you stay motivated to keep growing in such a, I would say, demanding career?
Well, as I would have said, I would have been fortunate enough to find myself in such a niche area. And what would have kept me motivated is just being able to manage myself, as well as just manage the workload that I have, and also ensuring that what I'm doing it is in alignment with my life, so my holistic life. So that also helps me to still be able to go to church. So it's not demanding to a point where, okay, I'm working every single day, I'm working late night. So I do have Sundays off, so I'm still able to serve in my local church, spend time with family and friends and so forth. So that is what really motivates me and help me in this growing career.
Yeah, because it gives you the room to just be you.
Yeah, and that's
Beautiful,
important.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You are a Christian. How long now have you been a Christian?
I have been a Christian for 11 years.
11 years, out of which for 3 years you have been in your profession that you have been in.
That's correct.
Uh, in what way has your faith influenced, or your personal values, but I say faith in this case, influence how you work and make decisions on the job?
Well, for one, because of my faith, I would have aligned myself with a job that I'm able to still be present, especially on a Sunday, so that is the day that you use to worship. So that's one of the things. I didn't want a job where I'm being called away on Sundays. I have to be working. But also in terms of my day-to-day work, I do what I do to the best of my ability, as well as doing it with integrity.
Yeah.
So that is how my faith would have helped me or influenced me.
Have you ever been tested, put in a position where you have to choose between truth and life, faith and no faith?
Um, Truth and lie, not really. The only positions that I would have been in is really just battling with, do I just say what I need to say or just kind of push it under the rug to just let it pass by. But I've always chosen to, go in accordance with integrity. So if there's something that is amiss or something that needs to be spoken about, then I do what I can to speak about it. So yeah.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So, what skills or qualities do you think are most important for someone entering into your profession today, especially those young aspiring lawyers?
Well, as you say, young,
Yeah.
because Because the world is changing so rapidly, I think one of the main skills that would be important is just to be agile. So agile meaning you should be able to you should have the ability to quickly adapt to any changes that is happening. Because the age that we live in now, we're using AI to do so many things. We're also in a very fast-paced technological world, which means the way how we did things 10 years the way how we did things 10 years ago, it doesn't compare to how it is that we're doing it now. We even have apps or different technologies that should be able to help us to do what we're doing in our different professions. So just be agile and open to learning.
Now, what if what they're asking me to learn is not hard? That's not a question. Leave that one. So how do you balance your, all right, now let's get into the thick of things here a little bit now. Let's get nosy.
Okay.
So you're a young girl, young, green looking, nice girl, and some really nice looking, getting on quite nice. So how do you balance it? You said your job kind of affords you some freedom, but how do you balance your career with other areas of your life in depth? Now we're talking about you go to work X time to X time. How do you balance it? You have church responsibilities and so on. How?
So, because when work is done, work is done. That is my mindset. So I work during set times. So or I do my best work within set times, which means I create and I try to maintain clear boundaries. I don't, persons don't call me after hours because they know what I'm about. Don't call me after hours. It's not work time. So I don't work outside of work hours, nor do I work on the weekends. I don't respond to emails outside of work hours. I don't do any of those things. So as far as is possible, I will try to maintain clear boundaries. So with that time that I have, that I'm not working, so weekends or nights or early mornings, I do go about focusing on other areas of my life. So for me, one of the things that is very important is the relationships in my life. So whether that is family, friends, those things are important to me. So I do my best to spend time and to deal with those things and other personal aspects of life. And because the job is flexible somewhat, I'm able to do these things as well.
I noticed something with you, Angelisa. You seem to be very organized and have your thing well planned. Am I to take it that things always go as planned?
No. I seem that way, but I try my best, but I'm not always on it. I do try my best. I prioritize what needs to be prioritized. Even this recording here today, I would have set all the time, made the time, and said, okay, this is important to get it done. So nothing else is coming up in this timeline. So that's how I work, based on priorities. So that's what I do.
How old is you are again?
I'm 27 years old. Why are you?
Have it together, man. Have it together.
I don't. And people always say that.
No, but even if you have a plan, even if you have a plan, one thing I want people to understand. It's important to have a plan, have a system in place. It doesn't mean that the system will always work, but have a system in place. If you don't have a system in place, you're all over the place.
Yeah.
You're all over the place.
Function if I'm all over the place. I have to set lists, set goals, and do it.
Beautiful. I like that. But looking back, in your life, checking your steps and your stages. If you should say you had a hero, who would that hero be? Or if it's multiple heroes, whichever.
A hero. Can you define who a hero is?
Well, the heroes mean different things to different people, because hero could be the person you aspire to be like. A hero could be somebody who motivated you. A hero could be the one who caused you to get into the profession that you are in. A hero could be somebody that impacted your life in a great way.
Okay, so I have two heroes or inspiration. So I think the first inspiration for me is myself. Meaning not my current self, but the younger version of me. So when it is that I do what I do, while going through the different journey, I have a picture of myself when I was younger, and I always looked at that picture just to help me to be inspired, so that, I'm ensuring that this little girl here, her heart's desires, they are fulfilled, and she's proud. So that is one of the inspirations, my younger self. So I always try to remain true to that little girl inside of me at every step of the way. So another hero or inspiration for me is my mommy, so my mother. When I was younger, and just a little insight, she always had these little books or notepads that she would write down her goals, whether they were big or small. And let me tell you, every single thing that she wrote down, she would go ahead and achieve them. And I was inspired by that, like, wow, this actually come true. So I would have pulled inspiration from that, and just seeing her go through life. Yes, she would have had her struggles and the different obstacles, but she always got things done, and she never gave up. So that was one of the persons who I was inspired by. And also, she had the belief that every generation should do better than the last, and should have been taught this by her late father, my grandfather, who I never met. So it's coming from family. So yeah.
That's beautiful. I like that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Because I think so too. You need to be a step ahead, man. You can't do the same thing that I did. You've got to to move up to the rank of the ladder. Go up a little 2 steps or 3. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. I love that. If your mother was in your presence right now, I don't know if she is. If your mother was in your presence at the very moment, what would you say to her?
Well, I would say, hey, mother. I would also say just thank you for your unwavering support, and just how it is that you would have gone through life. You would have inspired me and others around you. So, yeah, be up yourself.
Angelisa, a young person is watching, a young girl is watching, and she's aspired to be a lawyer. She's listening to the conversation and she's thinking, wow, she sounds like she has it all together, or whatever, and somehow she feels inspired by what she's looking at or what she's listening. What encouragement would you give to a young girl who is aspiring? She wants to be something. It may not be a lawyer, but she has aspirations, and sometimes she feels a little discouraged, like, something gonna happen for me now. What would you say to that girl?
I would say not to give up. Just do as best as you can. Put a plan in place. That is one thing. Put a plan in place. If it is that you have an end goal, then you can work towards that. But if there's no plan, then you're not able to achieve that goal. And once is that you would have started, even if you have obstacles in the way, then still try your best, one step at a time. Go through until the goal is achieved. Because it wasn't necessarily easy for me, but I would have gone through. Even talking about this, I would have failed my first year of law school. That was the worst year of my life. Like, I felt as though, oh my God, what is this? But I would have made it through with the support of friends, family, and also just having that drive to say that I cannot give up. If I give up, then what? So just be encouraged just to remain the course.
Thank you. Angelisa, thank you so much. It was a wonderful conversation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule and for putting us in a slot so that we could be able to have a conversation with you. Thank you. And we look forward to other conversations with you. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you. Take care. Yes, bye.
Thank you. Bye. That was a good conversation, That was a nice, refreshing conversation. Yes, I think it was a nice, refreshing conversation. When you hear young people those age, achieving and going on, you have to give God thanks. You have to give God thanks and continue to pray for them. Keep them in your prayers. Yeah? That's it from me today. If you were encouraged today, don't forget to like, share, subscribe so that others can grow as well. And importantly, don't forget to comment. I want to hear from you. Yes, I do. Until next time, keep pursuing growth of the mind, the body, and the spirit, all for the glory of God. Bye. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this conversation has inspired and encouraged you to keep growing in faith, wellness, and purpose.